Welcome to the UFC 273 press conference here in Jacksonville, Florida. Saturday night at VyStar Arena. 2 championship fights sit atop an absolutely massive fight card. First up, a top 10 battle at 115 pounds. Coming to the stage, a pioneer of the division. Riding a 3-fight win streak and looking to tie the mark for most wins in strawweight history. Here is Tisha Tiny Tornado Torres. Her opponent, one of the deadliest grapplers in the game, with 7 career submissions on her resume. Looking for her 5th win in her last 6 fights. This is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu prodigy, Mackenzie Dern. Moving on to the welterweight division. This next fighter is taking the sport by storm. Undefeated in 10 career fights, with 10 finishes, all in destructive fashion. And he's just getting started. Make some noise for Khamzat Chimaev. Up for the challenge is a former title contender. A Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, possessing anvils for fists. Winner of 7 of his last 8 fights. Please welcome Gilbert Burns. And now, the first of 2 UFC championship fights. A rematch to unify the bantamweight crown. First to the stage, the interim champion. A dynamic striker ready to offer no mercy and leave no doubt who the real champ is. Here is Petr Yan. And the champion, a one-of-a-kind warrior, looking to push his win streak to 7. Keep the UFC title firmly around his waist. It's the Funkmaster, Aljamain Sterling. And in the main event, the 145-pound title is up for grabs. First, the challenger, a non-stop pressure fighter who's produced some of the most memorable highlights in UFC history. Please welcome the Korean Zombie. And finally, an Australian wrecking machine who's quickly making a case to be the greatest featherweight of all time. Riding an amazing 20-fight win streak into this matchup, here is the reigning, defending UFC featherweight champion, Alexander the Great Volkanovski!
All right, Jacksonville, Florida, great to be with you. Good to be back here in Duval County. I'm John Anik. Thank you all for coming out today. UFC 273 beckons on Saturday night. We have 2 title fights. Of course, you see I am joined by some of the best UFC athletes that we have to offer. Sold out event Saturday night, the 3rd such pay-per-view in Jacksonville, 3rd consecutive sellout after UFC 249 and UFC 261. Also of note, UFC President Dana White is traveling today. Rest assured, he will be in Jacksonville tomorrow, and he will be here for the ceremonial weigh-ins, which take place at the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. All right, with that, we are ready to go with the press conference for UFC 273. Who has the first question? Let's go!
Kind of want to start with John Anik, to be honest with you, but I'll start with Mr. Volkanovski here, the champ. Alex, obviously your last couple fights have been over former champions, so I'm curious as you build your legacy. You know, Zombie's not a former champion, but he is a bit of a legend in the sport, so what does a win over him mean for you in terms of building your legacy?
First off, I just want to say, what's up, Jacksonville? Yeah, there we go. Woo. I mean, look, obviously, as soon as we found out about the injury and it had to be someone, there was a few guys on the list, and he was one of them. He's obviously done a lot in this division. He's been around for a long time. He's been at the top of the division for a long time. So it's a fight I've always wanted. I've kept my eye on him, you know, ever since I've been in the UFC. This opportunity come forward, and I'm happy. This is definitely a legacy fight because, again, you know, I've faced most legends, and he's one of the legends of the division. But you know, I'm going to have to do my thing Saturday night, and you know, obviously I'm on my way of being a legend of this division. So that's what's going to happen, man. It's my time.
Nice. And Alex, I know you said you wanted to fight 2 more times this year, ideally. I'm just curious, is it important to you that Max Holloway is one of those names, or would you prefer other matchups? There are other names that you prefer instead. Who do you want to see in those other 2 fights?
Yeah, it's definitely, I definitely want two fights this year, 3 fights this year. So another 2 after this one. Obviously, I've got him to worry about Saturday night, but you know, that's the fight that was scheduled. I'm sure the UFC are going to see what's happening with that. We're going to see the options. But whoever it is, man, whoever it is, will make that fight happen. Because everyone knows me, what type of champion I am. Whoever earns that #1 spot deserves it, gets it.
Nice. And for the Korean Zombie, please. Zombie, I was going to ask, I mean, you said that you believe Alex is well-rounded, but that you're better everywhere than him. So I'm just curious, what type of strategy and fight you're expecting from him? Do you think he'll be willing to stand and trade with you, or are you expecting a kind of a grappling-heavy matchup?
저번에 기자회견 하셨을 때 그때 볼카노프스키보다 모든 면에서 내가 더 뛰어나다라고 말씀을 하셨는데 이번에 알렉스 볼카노프스키를 상대를 할 때 어떤 전략을 가지고 나올 건지 좀 타격 위주인지 아니면 그래플링 위주인지 이런 거에 대해서 말씀해 주세요.
볼카nov스키가 어떤 플랜을 가지고 나올지 제가 잘 모르겠어요. 모든 부분을 다 보여줬기 때문에 알도한테는 레슬링을 보여줬고 올테가한테는 스트라이킹을 보여줬고 그렇기 때문에 뭐 잘 모르겠지만 어쨌든 뭘 파이트에 대해서 모든 부분을 다 준비했어요.
I'm not sure what Volkanovski is going to bring onto the octagon because he's been changing his style according to the opponent. For example, against Aldo, he went wrestling-wise, and then against Ortega, he showed a lot of striking. So it depends on what Volkanovski offers him on the octagon April 9th.
And one more for me, Zombie, last thing for me. What will your immediate priority be as champion? I mean, I know what this will mean to you, but would it be a rematch with Alex because he gave you this opportunity? Would it be to face Holloway, Ortega? I mean, what would be your desired first matchup in a title defense?
만약에 벨트를 따시면은 타이틀 방어전을 할 때 누구랑 가장 먼저 방어전을 치르고 싶으신지, 뭐 볼카노프스키랑 2차전 아니면 할로웨이, 오르테가 누구랑 싸우고 싶으세요?
일단 이기지 않고 이런 얘기를 먼저 하는 건 좀 그렇지만 어쨌든 저는 항상 할로웨이랑 먼저 싸우고 싶었어요. 하지만 만약에 내가 이기게 된다면 볼카nov스키한테 당연히 리벤지를 할 수 있는 기회가 있어야 한다고 생각하고 있습니다.
I think it's inappropriate to talk about what's going to happen next before he wins the belt, but when it does happen, he always wanted to fight Holloway, so that would be a nice fight, but he also thinks an opportunity for revenge should be given to Volkanovski as well.
This question is for Aljo. You brought the props, you brought the Jaguars helmet, you got the MMA rule book there. You got people reacting, Aljo. Can you talk about the decision to bring those things out here today?
I just had to be prepared, you know. That's the main thing, coming to the press conference. You never know what a guy like Petr Yan might do, what this guy might be capable of, you know. So I just had to come well prepared just in case he decides to do something illegal, you know.
Petr, what was your reaction to seeing the helmet and everything Aljo brought out here?
Какая у тебя была реакция на вот его сценку с книжкой, со шлемом?
Hello, guys. I know, we know who is his guys. It's only clone guys, yes? He only want to pay per-per-view. I kill him in Saturday.
Sag nicht.
Back to you, Aljo. There's been a lot of talk over these last couple of years, and 2 days from right now, the talking stops, and you guys are going to get in there and fight.
Oh, 100%. I finally get to shut this motherfucker up, and it is going to be so sweet. Everybody in here, I guarantee everybody here is going to be cheering, and all of a sudden they're going to be back on the bandwagon, you know, so that's just the way the fans are. But I'm just glad that the fans are going to tune in. They're going to be in store for a great opportunity to see a great fight. And Yan is a tough competitor, but he's Grozny, you know, he's dirty. He's a dirty fighter. So at the end of the day, I got to go out there and make sure I do what I got to do, style on him, get style points, and do what I do best, and that's bring the funk.
Petr, what is it like to get the crowd reaction? You seem to be the fan favorite here in Jacksonville in this fight. What is it like having the crowd on your side? And also, what is it like sharing the stage with Aljamain? Because you had said at the media day, had you and your team run into him and his team, it might be on site.
Blah, 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 blah. That's all he does, just talks.
Каково тебе ощутить поддержку публики здесь и каково тебе оказаться на одной сцене со Стерлингом? Ты говорил о том, что с командой, если вы встретитесь, будет что-то.
Я думаю, что здесь собрались реальные болельщики, и они знают, кто реальный чемпион здесь.
I think here are the real fans who knows who is the real champ is.
А то, что я сказал по поводу, если мы встретимся, но у меня спросили, я ответил чисто с юмором, знаешь, я не собираюсь там перед поединком раньше времени там, делать для себя какие-то проблемы.
And what I said about team meeting, they asked the question, I answered. I just made a joke, and I'm not going to jeopardize the fight before.
You're about to be 0-2, baby. 0-2.
Вы же видели с ним в команде риэлтор и еще один рыжий там, который много говорит просто и все.
You saw his team. One the guy is a realtor, and another guy just a ginger who talks a lot.
The gingers will whoop your ass, though.
Close zero miles.
The ginger will whoop your ass, though.
Рыжий, говорит, тебя надерет задницу.
Let's go.
Zakni Suka! Oh, you don't like that. You don't like that, do you?
Говорит, тебе это не нравится?
Что будет в субботу?
Как?
Что вы увидите в субботу?
You'll see everything Saturday night.
We'll see. We'll see who gets the last laugh. We'll see who gets the last laugh.
All right, last thing. Aljo, what's the headline going to read on Saturday? I know you have asked everybody in this room, essentially.
Aljamain Sterling shocks the crowd and silences the noise. Guaranteed. Bet your motherfucking money. Put your money up. You guys are going to be rich. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
And Petr, your response, what is the headline going to read in your mind come Saturday night?
Какие заголовки будут после боя?
Но это опять же, он будет искать оправдания, он не поел или он обосрался, я не знаю, что он будет говорить.
It's gonna be Aljamain looking for another excuse. He didn't eat enough or he shit his pants.
Hey, everybody gets one. Everybody gets one. You're not going to get another excuse like that again. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. So keep the smirk on your face. I can't wait to wipe it off in the ground. I cannot wait.
Не может дождаться убрать ухмылку с твоего лица на земле.
Все увидим в субботу, я говорю. Я не собираюсь на его каждое слово отвечать тем же самым, понимаете? Сейчас его ударил, он напишет заявление, понимаете?
I'm not gonna answer all his bullshit. If gonna hit him now, you know he's gonna call the cops.
This is a question for Khamzat. Khamzat, I saw that you bumped into Gilbert in the hotel last night. I'm curious, were you able to take anything out of that meeting?
What did you say again?
What the fuck was that? I said you met Gilbert yesterday. Did you take anything from that meeting?
I don't hear you, brother.
Alltså, hur kändes det när du träffade Gilbert?
Magdi, jag spelar lite.
Gilbert, you saw Khamzat in the hotel yesterday. Did you take anything from that meeting?
Nothing special. He just cutting weight with normal, nothing crazy. He was just cutting weight, going back to his room. I was coming back to my room. He shook hands.
A lot's been made of his wrestling before this fight, but do you think he would like to avoid wrestling with you because of your grappling and prefer to keep this on the feet?
I don't think so. I think he's a very tough opponent, and I don't think he underestimating or he doing anything. I think he's going to do his game.
I think this fight is the one that a lot of fans are looking forward to. Do you feel like this is the fight on the card that fans are really tuning in for?
I think so, right, Florida? We are the real main event. No disrespect to the champions, for sure. Sorry, Volkanovski. But yeah, I think with the people's main event.
Thank you.
I'm gonna smash that guy, knock him out 1 minute, guys. I promise you. He's too little boy.
Let's do it. Can't wait.
Scared boy, you know. I feel he's in there. I said to him yesterday, show his power. He couldn't show that. He said, I show you last Saturday, and he turned around, you know. I was there.
I'll show you Saturday.
Wow, brother.
Keep the energy. I'll do it.
You're too little, bro. You have to go to other divisions. Maybe like, I don't know.
What? Can't understand. Where's the translator?
Gilbert, another question for you. Is this exchange here, is this bringing anything more to the fight, or do you still feel the same about Khamzat?
No, it's never personal, just business. We're going out there Saturday and put on a show, and I believe I'm going to get a win, but the hype will be over on Saturday.
What do you think about that, Khamzat?
I kick your ass and his ass together. Come in the cage.
Question for you, John Anik, actually. I know you know a thing or two about betting odds. These top 3 fights on here, I think some people are very surprised by the odds. Can we get your opinion?
Well, the lines haven't moved all that much towards the underdogs, right? So ultimately, when they set a betting line, they're trying to draw two-way action, and it seems like they've accomplished that goal. I got to call the fights, man. I got to be careful.
One for you, Alja. I know you've said this week you walk around like 170 before you get into your weight cut and everything in camp. When you look at this guy next to you, if you can put a few title defenses together and win this fight, would there ever be a consideration of moving up?
This guy?
This guy.
We'll see what the future's in store for me. You know, I got to make sure I get past this guy first, and I truly believe I'm going to dominate this guy in 1 round. And I'm going to remind the world that the last one was just a little hiccup, you know? So at the end of the day, I'm here to create a legacy, and this is what confidence looks like. Everyone can have an opinion. At the end of the day, we're out here doing it. So it's okay to have an opinion. Doesn't matter what you say or how you feel. It's how we show up and how we perform. So I'm going to give you guys a great performance, and that's it.
And then just last one for Tisha and Mackenzie. What do you guys think the stakes are here in this division with this fight? Mackenzie, you can go first.
I mean, I think for her, it could definitely be a title contender if she does a good win or something like that. But for me, I'd like to have a couple more fights before going to a title. You know, I'm coming off a loss, so I want to get back into the rhythm, get a win streak going, and just be ready to be the champ and stay there for a long time.
I agree with what Mackenzie said. I think a win over her this weekend would definitely put me into title talk, and definitely my next fight being a title eliminator match.
Hello， 这里是中国米国派Chimaev。你很会利用比赛规则。通过我们上一场的比赛，你在中国也赢得了很多粉丝。我想这次比赛，我觉得你也会一上来就会暴晒他。你觉得我说的对吗？
This is Migu China. Hello, Mr. Khamzat. Last time after our fight, you have many fans in China. Congratulations. And this fight, I know you are good at using your strategy to win. And your opponent Gilbert is a very well-rounded opponent. So I guess you are going to take him down in the very first of the fight. Am I right?
I'm gonna kill that guy. I have power in my hands. I don't care what I'm gonna do, you know. I'm gonna go jump in the cage and smash that guy, you know. I don't care. He will be down, I will smash his face. I will stand up, I will knock him out, you know. Don't care, brother. That guy is not fucking from Brazil. I'm more than Brazilian than him. I'm from Cantagalo. He is not Brazilian. He speaks English, he can't speak Portuguese.
I'm gonna kill this guy tomorrow. I'm gonna smash him. Come on, bro.
OK, Burns. OK， 直到现在很多人都不看好你，你是怎么看待自己的
Mr. Burns, even though you are the second-ranked welterweight and you are the former title contender, but you are still the underdog. What's your comment on being the underdog?
It don't matter, you know. Matters what.
Of course, he's underdog. King is here.
Oh, he said, oh, he's mad. Oh,
Fuck your ass.
He hit the table. The fuck. See you Saturday, buddy.
I can see you every minute. Come on backstage, smash your face.
You ain't do shit.
Like yesterday, yeah, you run around.
OK， Zombie， 哇哦！如果说下一个冠军，你条件是你是韩国第一个冠军，乃至亚洲第一个冠军，这是对于亚洲来说，这意味着什么？你给大家能带来什么
Mr. Zombie, you have a lot of fans in China, and if you win this fight, you'll be the first ever Korean and male Asian champion. So what do you think your winning will mean for the Asian MMA?
이번에 타이틀 일단은 중국에 굉장히 팬들이 많으시고요. 그리고 이번에 타이틀전을 이기게 되면은 한국뿐만 아니라 아시아 남성 최초 챔피언이 되는 건데 이번에 찬성님의 승리가 아시아 MMA 파이터들한테 어떤 의미를 갖는지.
아시아 사람들이 약하다고 생각하는 사람들이 굉장히 많은데 아시아 사람들이 약한 게 아니고 아시아 사람들에게 기회가 많이 없을 뿐이라고 생각합니다. 제가 챔피언이 되면 그 기회가 이제 아시아 사람들한테 많이 올 거라고 생각하고 있어요.
A lot of people think that Asian men not being able to become champion means Asian men are weak, but that is not the case. It's because Asian men are not given as much opportunity as perhaps other races. And if I become champion, then more Asian fighters, more Asian MMA fighters will be given the opportunity to fight in the UFC and potentially become champion.
Good luck.
Tisha over here. Tisha, where would you rank Mackenzie Dern out of all the opponents that you faced in the past? Obviously, you faced the very best that 115 has to offer.
Sorry, I was looking for you. You asked where would I place her in the rankings, or?
Yeah, among the fighters that you faced in the past, like where does she rank?
I think she'd probably be in the middle, if I'm being honest. I fought the best in this division already. I fought every single girl that's been champion, to be honest. She's tough and talented, but like she said, should she win this fight, I think she's a ways from the title. I see myself being victorious and being really close to the title, though.
And for Gilbert, obviously a lot is made about Khamzat's wrestling and grappling, but you're a world champion yourself in jiu-jitsu. What are the chances we see a submission victory from your part on Saturday night?
I think a good chance. You know, I think we're gonna, at one point of the fight, we're gonna wrestle, we're gonna grapple. I think a lot of things will happen on this fight. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be a lot of action since the beginning.
This is not grappling. This is not jiu-jitsu. I told you guys, this is smash, you know. That guy cry all his fights, you know. When he lose the fights, he cry. He lose to my coach 3 times. He cry after the fight, you know. They're gonna do the same thing again.
Translator, please.
And for Khamzat, what do you see in Gilbert that you feel like this is going to be a quick fight? You mentioned how you're going to go in there and stop him in the first. What do you see that makes you think that?
If he survive first round, you never recognize him, you know. It will be somebody different guy. I don't know. I will finish him first round.
Thank you, guys.
This is for the champ, Alexander Volkanovski. Like John said, you are fighting to grow your legacy. But how you see yourself right now in the history of the featherweight division between all the champs? You see yourself in a top 5, top 3, being the best?
Oh man, look, I got some work to do. You know what I mean. So you know, I'm not the type of guy to toot my own horn and you know, prop myself so much. But look, I believe in my abilities, and I expect to, you know. I've got a lot of goals. I want that GOAT status. I want, you know, pound for pound. I want greatest of all time. I want all that type of stuff. My work ethic, my mentality will get me there, but I still got a lot of work to do.
The second one for Durinho. I feel in this movie you are the good guy. He's the bad guy. A lot of people think he's going to smash you. He's going to run over you. The odds say that you are a big underdog. What will mean to you personally to raise your hand on Saturday and prove everybody that they are wrong?
He's another win. I don't care what everybody's thinking. I think he's a tough opponent. I respect that, but I'm on my way back to the title. I give this guy the opportunity. I'm the number 2. He's number 11, and I give him the opportunity because I want to face the toughest guy, the best guys in this division. But it's just going to be another step closer to the title.
What's up?
My question is for Tisha Torre. Thanks for representing Puerto Rico as always. Have you learned anything from the fights that Mackenzie Dern had against Amanda Ribas and Marina Rodriguez, you being a striker?
Thank you for the question. I'm very proud to be Latina and to represent Puerto Rico as well as be an American. From watching her fights, obviously she's had some issues with good strikers and their movement. So for me, I'm taking out of it just being the fighter that I am. I think my elusiveness, my speed, she's not going to be able to match that. She's not going to be able to find me where she wants to find me. It's going to be a tough fight. I know that. She's very durable. She lasted all rounds with them. But this is my time. It's not her time yet.
What about when I take you down? What's gonna happen?
What'd you say?
What about when I take you down? What's gonna happen?
I'll get right back up.
Oh. What about when I have my arms around your neck? Choke.
It's not gonna happen. You're gonna have to get past my striking, get past my wrestling. It's not gonna happen. It's gonna be a fun fight. You're gonna have a hard time trying, but it'll be fun.
한국말로 질문 드리겠습니다. 코리안 좀비에게. 일단 오랫동안 좀 이렇게 굴곡이 있었는데 지금 이 자리에 왔을 때 이건 내가 정말 잘 극복했다라고 생각하는 그런 어떤 고비가 어떤 게 있었는지 좀 궁금합니다.
볼카nov스키 인터뷰를 제가 인상 깊게 본 게 제가 알도랑 싸울 때 볼카nov스키는 아무도 모르는 선수였다고 하더라고요. 그걸 생각해 보면 제가 나이가 참 많구나라는 걸 느끼고 있고 그 순간부터 지금까지 포기하지 않고 지금까지 온 게 저는 스스로 대단하다고 생각합니다.
Sorry. I saw Volkanovski's interview and him saying when I fought Aldo, Volkanovski was just beginning to fight in the MMA or in the UFC. That makes me feel that I am quite old. And 뒷부분 다시 한번 말씀해 주시겠어요?
그냥 그 시기를 버텨낸 것 자체가
I feel quite old, and I'm proud of myself that I have overcome that much long of a time period and still surviving in the featherweight division.
이번 경기 앞두고 대기업에서 처음으로 스폰을 했습니다. 그리고 좀비 버거도 나왔고 맛있더라고요. 미국에 진출할 수 있을까요?
네, 코리안 좀비 에너지 드링크가 나왔는데 몬스터 에너지보다 맛있어요. 그러니까 미국에 있는 월마트나 이런 곳에 들어왔으면 좋겠습니다. 월마트, 세이프웨이 다 연락 주세요.
So recently, the Korean Zombie energy drink has been starting to be sold. It's much more tasty than the Monster energy drink, and I hope it goes out to all the U.S. grocery stores such as Walmart, Safeway, and I'm expecting their calls.
챔피언 볼카노프스키에게 질문 드리겠는데 굉장히 존경하는 파이터고 지난 경기 잘 봤는데요. 오르테가의 길로틴 초크를 빠져나왔던 것처럼 좀비의 트위스터도 그렇게 빠져나올 수 있는지.
A question for Volkanovski. I respect you as a champion very much. You have, in the Ortega fight, you have survived Ortega's choke and managed to get out of there. Will you be able to survive Zombie's twister like you survived Ortega's choke?
Yeah, I could survive pretty much. I'm pretty durable. It'll be hard to get me there, let me tell you that. I don't think I've got much of a body type for that as well, so it'll be hard to even get me there. But yeah, we've been working that just in case. Like I said, I'm well prepared for everything. But yeah, I highly doubt he's going to get me anywhere near there. But again, look, man, I just can't wait to get in there, man. Jacksonville, can't wait to put on a show for you guys. We're going to turn it on. Everyone's here pumped up. We're going to fucking smash it. Can't wait to see this.
All right, we got to get on out of here. Thank you all for coming out to the press conference.
Wait. Supposedly, we're not allowed to do any face-offs or something, but let's give the crowd what they want. I want to do a face-off with Zombie if we can do that.
That is fine. Also, don't forget, ceremonial weigh-ins, 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow at the arena. Everybody's going to stare down there. And, of course, first fight Saturday night, 6 p.m. You guys made noise. Thanks for coming out.